Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Oh! Has this ever happened to you? Whoa! Or this. Come on, Dan. Let's go, Dan. Come on, Dan. Hurry up. Let's go. Dan, come on, man. Let's go.
Dude,
I want to go hiking, Dan.
I've been
Come on,
driving
Dan, please.
all day.
Please, Dan.
I need
Come on,
wake my legs
man.
up a little bit. Just give me a moment, alright? My legs.
No
they're
time
numb.
left, bro. The sun is
Just go
like...
first, alright? I'll catch up. My legs, just please. One moment.
Oh, man. Or maybe even something like this. These things happen all the time. Sometimes it's your own fault, sometimes it just happens. Nobody wants to get into an accident, but yeah, they do happen. It is what it is, right? But tell you what, they don't have to, because technology has come a long way into making our lives a lot easier, more comfortable and safer. In this case, the new EyeSight Advanced Driver Assist technology in the new Subaru XV. It's quite literally a second set of eyes on the road and, if necessary, an extra foot on the brake when you drive. Now let's see it all in action. So you're driving along on an open road, minding your own business, fully focused at the driving in front of you. You're not looking at your phone, you're not talking to your friends or, talking into a camera, posting a video, right? So you're just driving along 100% focused at the drive. You're even keeping a safe distance to the car ahead, as you should, of course. So you're doing everything correctly, by the book. And yet, life still happens. A car from a different lane may jump into the gap ahead, or the car in front may suddenly brake hard to avoid a random animal on the road or something. You never know. In those situations, Subaru's EyeSight Advanced Driver Assist technology can be the crucial difference between you getting away scot-free or finding yourself straight at the scene of an accident. This is where pre-collision braking or autonomous emergency braking comes into play. You see, the pair of cameras up here on the XV is constantly scanning the road ahead, monitoring the distance between your car and everything else that's in front of you. More often than not, the system can detect emergencies earlier than you can with your naked eye, whether or not you're paying attention behind the wheel. As soon as it senses danger ahead, the system will sound an alert together with a visual warning within the screen ahead of you. That's to bring your attention to what's happening ahead, which in most cases is enough warning. But if for whatever reason you still fail to react by either swerving away or even braking, then EyeSight will take over. It can automatically apply the brakes for you, bringing the car down to a complete stop if necessary. And even if you do press on the brakes but somehow misjudge the speed or the situation by not putting enough pressure on the brake pedal, yes, I know it can happen, trust me, then EyeSight can still come in to help you. It can automatically apply additional pressure on the brakes as needed. This all happens in a split second and it can make all the difference. Now let's talk about adaptive cruise control. This feature may not appear to be as crucial or as necessary as pre-collision braking or autonomous emergency braking, but to me, I think it makes a big difference in the whole driving experience. You may think that this is more of a convenience feature rather than a safety one, but to me, it's a combination of both, and I think it is just as important. Let me explain why. By now, I think you already know how adaptive cruise control works. While normal cruise control just locks the car to a certain speed on the highway, still leaving you to control the brakes when needed, adaptive cruise control takes it to the next level. With ACC, the EyeSight cameras can now scan the road ahead, monitoring the distance to cars in front. When there are no cars ahead of you, the XV will just drive along at the speed that you've set. The problem is, Malaysian highways are usually very busy with cars driving at whichever lane they want at whatever speed they wish. So most of the time you'll have a car in front of you driving at a different speed to what you've set. This is also why basic cruise control is pretty much useless on our local highways. With adaptive cruise control, however, the system can now detect and adjust your speed to follow the car ahead. So, for instance, you set it to 110 kilometers per hour, driving along in the middle of the lane as you should. A car then appears in front of you, perhaps overtaking a truck on the left lane, but going slower than you at 90 or 100. ACC will sense this and apply the brakes gently to bring your speed down to match the other car. As soon as it pulls back into the left lane, your car will then smoothly accelerate back to 110 as before. When used correctly, adaptive cruise control works beautifully on Malaysian roads, and it really does add a nice layer of convenience to your driving experience. Especially for long journeys, you'll find yourself feeling far more relaxed through the drive and, more importantly, less tired when you've reached your destination. With this, the first day of the journey will not be a complete bust for the driver because you will still have enough energy to enjoy the rest of the day with your family and friends. But how does this aid safety exactly? Simple. With ACC engaged, the driver will feel a lot more comfortable behind the wheel and feel a lot less fatigued along the way. We all know that we tend to make a lot more errors or careless mistakes when we are driving tired. Even our response time is a lot slower when we are fatigued. So this lessens the risk of any of that happening. And don't forget that pre-collision braking is always on standby when we are driving along with adaptive cruise control, always ready to warn the driver of any emergencies in front or, if necessary, take over the braking completely. So yes, adaptive cruise control is a combination of both convenience and a safety feature as well. To me, it's better to have it than not. Next, Subaru's EyeSight can also help you in simpler conditions as well. Like at the start of the video, if you are distracted behind a traffic light and you fail to notice that the car in front has already moved off, Lead Vehicle Start Alert will notify you before you get angry honks from drivers behind you. Now, obviously, you shouldn't be using your phone when you drive at all. There is absolutely no excuse for that. But we're all humans, we all make mistakes. Perhaps it might not even be your phone distracting you. It could be your friend sitting in front, your child in the back, or your mind just wanders off thinking about work, meetings, or other things your life throws at you. It happens. This feature can save you from the embarrassment or having to deal with anger or even road rage from other road users. And then we get to pre-collision throttle management. Imagine you've had a very long, tiring day at work. All you want to do is get home for a nice, long shower. You get into your XV, put it into gear, and drive off. But somehow, instead of putting it into reverse as you intended, your hand goes on full autopilot mode and engages drive instead. Now, I know it sounds silly, but it happens more often than you think. With EyeSight, the cameras will detect there is an obstacle in front of the car, and the system will greatly reduce the throttle to limit movement. At the same time, a warning will sound in the car, giving you enough time to realize what is happening and for you to correct the mistake. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking right now. I'm a good driver. I don't need all these fancy electronics to keep me safe on the road. I pay attention when I drive. I know when to brake. I don't look at my phone when I'm stopped. And I'm still young. I don't get tired when I drive. Plus, for heaven's sake, I know the difference between drive and reverse. I will never make that mistake. Well, I'm sorry, buddy. You're not that good. No one is. As good as a driver you may think you are, an extra set of eyes, an extra foot on the brake when necessary is always going to be a good safety net to have. You may think you won't need any of this until the time comes that you do. By then, it's already too late. Whether it saves you from a catastrophic accident or a simple fender bender, active safety systems like the EyeSight Advanced Driver Assist technology in the new Subaru XV is an absolute must if you're buying a brand new car in 2022 and beyond. Do you agree with me on this? Well, I hope you do, because if you don't, well, I'm sorry, it's not me, it's you that's wrong this time. Do let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you for watching and stay safe, everyone.